in terms of corruption, you draw a very strong contrast between Ashraf Ghani and his predecessor, Hamid Karzai. What's the difference between them?
In a way, it's a different approach to politics. I don't think Hamid Karzai came into office in 2002 intent on enriching his family. I don't think that was his motive. But in Afghanistan, there's a sense that in the traditional way of doing politics, people have to get a piece of the pie in order to be part of the solution. And if you don't get a piece of the pie, you make yourself part of the problem. So Karzai was and is a great schmoozer, a charming man. He had spent hours in the palace with receiving petitioners, cronies, power brokers from around the country, the governor of Herat, the police chief of Jalalabad, and essentially asking them, what do you need? What do you want? And in order to become part of my team and in order to help me. And there was a tremendous amount of favor swapping. Some well-connected families were essentially put on the government payroll for their support. And Afghanistan became one of the most corrupt countries on earth, and billions of dollars of aid money, which really was Afghanistan's lifeline and still is, disappeared into private bank accounts, leading to one of the biggest corruption scandals in the world, the Kabul bank scandal, where almost $1 billion in depositors' money disappeared in a Ponzi scheme and went into the private accounts of the well-connected leaders of that bank and their political cronies. So that was Afghanistan under Karzai, in a sense, to keep the country stable and to prevent, breakaway warlords, breakaway regions. Karzai was willing to play that game. And yet, in a way, Afghanistan came out with the worst of both worlds, because it became corrupt, but it also became a country in which the Taliban made a dramatic return, partly because corruption was so pervasive, so endemic, that ordinary Afghans saw the government as an enemy rather than as their protector.